What is up, Dub Nation? Welcome back to another Warriors media video. And in this video, we're going to be talking about Klay Thompson and his free agency, which starts on June 30th. But there's a big update right now. The Warriors, ever since the finals ended, teams have the ability to go talk to their own players that are free agents. So obviously that opens up the ability for the Warriors to do that. And, with no surprise, Klay Thompson's been a lot about talked about, quite a lot, excuse me. And so, apparently according to Brian Windhorst, he was on a podcast with MacMahon on the Hoop Collective, and MacMahon mentioned that it's a 2-year offer that the Warriors have given Klay Thompson. Now, Monte Poole of NBC Sports reported on Monday that Klay Thompson wants a 3-year deal, and I feel like I'd probably trust Monte Poole more than I do a guy like Brian Windhorst on a podcast or MacMahon, because I've never even heard of MacMahon. So, I'm not sure if this is, really accurate or not. Again, I feel like Monte Poole probably knows more information about it because he's actually closer to the team. But, also maybe we could believe it a little bit because the Warriors could be offering him a 2-year deal and he wants a third year, and that's why, it's not signed. And obviously money's a thing too, where guys like Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins, when they re-signed with the Warriors, they took some pay cuts because they understand that with the new CBA in place, there's a lot of rules and regulations to where if the Warriors are basically above I think it's the second threshold, for back-to-back years, and they could start losing, certain things that they're allowed to do. And if they get into that second apron, then there's also certain things that they are unable to do. So the Warriors, want it to be a team-friendly deal, if I had to guess. And obviously, again, Klay Thompson hasn't agreed to it. And I think Klay Thompson probably wants the bag. He's had 2 major injuries. This is probably his last chance to get a big payday. And the Warriors probably aren't going to be the ones giving it to him because they probably do want him to take a pay cut because this roster didn't even make the playoffs. Like, they made that play in, but that's not technically the playoffs. They didn't even make the playoffs this year. Very up and down season overall. They're the 10th seed, right? Just didn't have someone, as a secondary scorer. So that's a big key for the Warriors. What happens with a guy like Andrew Wiggins? Possibly he gets traded, but we'll see. And I think the biggest other part is not just the money, I think, with Klay Thompson that he wants, is there's been reports and rumblings basically ever since after the Warriors season ended that, the Warriors probably kind of seem like they may want to not start him, possibly put him on the bench, which, I wouldn't blame Klay, right? Look what he's done for this franchise with the big 3. They won so many championships. And so I get that he probably feels some sort of disrespect from Steve Kerr and kind of the front office as well because of the negotiations. And he's deleted some Warriors things on his Instagram. He changed his profile photo. So it feels like that's some negotiation tactic he's trying to play. And so I think that, again, it's the money, probably the years, and also just knowing that he may not even be starting with the Warriors, but he's going to have to take a pay cut most likely because, again, the Warriors didn't even make the playoffs. They made the play-in, right? That's not good enough. And for them to make a big run of the playoffs and actually have a chance to win another championship, there's a lot that needs to be done on this roster. The bench is young right now, right? You have Brandon Podziemski, Trace Jackson Davis, Jonathan Kuminga. You have Moses Moody, right? Dario Saric, a free agent. Chris Paul, he has a $30 million that's guaranteed. Later on, I don't remember the exact date, but they have to make a decision on him. There's been rumblings about Kevon Looney. What do they do with him? So, this team probably feels like they need to make a lot of big changes. I think this front office, Mike Dunleavy Jr. and other guys in the front office probably feel like they do need to actually change this team up because of not doing well, especially the last 2 years, and not meeting expectations. It's not looking great in the playoffs the year before, and then obviously again this year, making it only the play-in, losing in the first round of the play-in to the Sacramento Kings. The Warriors need to get more athletic. They need to add some size. This NBA has changed now. They need to stop running with the small ball lineup. It's time for some change on philosophy, ways, Steve Kerr uses as well. I think there needs to, again, be some changes. Probably also going to be some coaching changes because there's been a lot of reports about Kenny Atkinson, one of the assistant coaches, of the Golden State Warriors, possibly leaving for the Cavs. So, do they make a change there? They might have to if Kenny Atkinson does in fact leave. So, a lot of decisions to be made by this team, by this front office this offseason. This is I think, probably the biggest offseason when it comes to the big three. Do you separate the big three? Do you bring back Klay Thompson? So, again, a lot of changes, a lot of things to think about. But that is our update on the Klay Thompson front. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. Make sure to hit that red subscribe button, turn that notification bell on so you can stay up to date with everything Golden State Warriors related, news, rumors, everything, draft coverage. And we'll continue to push out more content. Make sure you guys follow us on Twitter and Instagram down in the description below. Peace out. Let's go, Dubs.